What's good, everyone? This is Jin, and welcome back for another session. I finally wrapped up the link leveling for the free-to-play physical type Bardock unit that was given out between the winner and losers between JP and Global. So initially, I thought about going the traditional route of showcasing this guy on a event like Infinite Dragon Ball History, but based on the skill set the unit possesses, I mean, it's just an optimal scenario to show this guy off in the SBR settings. So right now we are in the super type versus extreme types, extreme super battle road. So it is one of the more current SBR settings, and just wanted to show off this unit and honestly give or take what your opinions are. This will allow you to kind of form your own opinions on how you feel about the unit. So take it for what you will, but the unit did perform decent, just to give you perspective. So with all that being said, let me just quickly run through the unit skill sets, and we can go from there. So again, this is super physical type Bardock unit. It is a free-to-play unit given out September 15th of 2021. In terms of leader skill, space traveling warriors, category key +3, HP attack and defense increase to 35%. The super attack will raise attack and defense by 35% for one turn and causes supreme damage to enemy. Now the passive skill is where the stuff gets a little bit interesting. Attack and defense increase to 35%, plus an additional attack and defense increase to 35% when attacking, plus an additional attack and defense increase to 35% when there's an extreme type enemy, plus an additional attack and defense of 35% when performing a super attack, heat +3, plus an additional attack and defense plus 35%, and launches an additional attack that's got a medium chance of becoming a super attack when facing only one enemy. And then key +5 plus an additional attack and defense increase to 35%, launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when facing 2 or more enemies. A lot of information packed in there, but now you can kind of understand why I wanted to showcase this unit on the Super Battle Road setting. Now in terms of links, since this unit is max leveled out, Saiyan Warrior Race will give you attack increase to 10% at level 10, and then Saiyan Lineage will be key +2, attack and defense increase to 5%. Team Bardock is key +2, attack and defense increase to 10%. Saiyan Pride will give you attack increase to 20%, Prepare for Battle is key +2, attack and defense increase to 5%. And then Family Ties is key +2 and attack increase to 10%. And in terms of like the category setups, you've got Low Class Warrior, Pure Saiyans, Goku's Family, Team Bardock, All Out Struggle, Space Traveling Warriors, and Storied Figures. For this particular showcase, I ran the Pure Saiyans setup. And you pretty much saw the stats already, but HP at 100% potential will be 9,138, attack is 10,091, and defense is 5,739. 12 keys multiplier is 130%. Now in terms of like the overall team build I went with, in terms of like the rotation where physical Bardock is on rotation, I did link this unit up with the free-to-play LR Team Bardock, just because one, they share a lot of links, so you're able to activate a good portion, if not like 95% of the link sets, just from this unit alone. And then the LR Bardock, the Team Bardock unit, also does provide a super type allies increase of attack by 30% for one turn based on the 18 key super attack, and then the passive skill also gives super type allies attack and defense increase of 30%, and then plus an additional attack and defense increase of 30% for Team Bardock category allies. So obviously a very good link buddy for the unit. Now in terms of like the overall opinion about this unit, now that I've went through the link leveling and running through a couple of events to test out the unit, I think it's certainly pretty decent for a free-to-play unit. I'm not going to say it ranks up in the top 10 of free-to-play units available in the game, but in very niche settings like Super Battle Road for this unit, I think it will provide some beneficial value in terms of options of units to include on a team. Now granted, a lot of players will probably have better units available in terms of like certain stages that this unit could certainly be ran on for SBR, but for those that are struggling with some of the team buildings, this unit could certainly help. And I did use items obviously in the video, but I mean, in essence, Super Battle Road runs, in my opinion, I mean, unless you're specifically doing a no item run, I mean, it's perfectly okay to use items. So, that's also why I wanted to include the full run instead of just kind of including only clips of rotations where the physical type Bardock was on. Speaking of physical Bardock, I did include the EZA for the LR Bardock unit in the offsetting rotation. Not really the optimal link with the STR Vegeta unit, but it works, you know what I mean? I wanted Vegeta to be on the offsetting rotation, applying damage because of guaranteed crits and whatnot. But Bardock's also very, very good in Super Battle Road. I'm not going to break down all of the skill sets the unit possesses, especially with the EZA information, but point being, the unit's great in terms of like the Super Battle Road settings when facing multiple enemies type deal, so it's a little bit of, I guess I included it somewhat intentionally, even though, the unit actually helps out tremendously in SBR settings, but I did want to mention that I did include that unit post EZA just to provide a little bit of, transparency of how the unit performs on SBR. Now, like I said, the unit isn't going to be optimized in a rotation standpoint. I just kind of ran the setup just to be able to, clear it relatively easily. So that's pretty much the point being with that. But back to the physical Bardock, the free-to-play version. I mean, obviously it's a winner/loser card based on the worldwide celebration, or 350 million download celebration currently going on. So, I think Frieza's offsetting unit and that Global ended up getting. But, I mean, for a free-to-play, especially in comparison to some of the, winner-loser cards that we've received in the past, it's certainly better than some of those older prior versions, and that kind of indicates the changing times of the Dokkan battle landscape. Obviously, with new releases of units, they have to roll things out that are essentially better than some of the prior units. Obviously, because of changes happening in the game in terms of like the types of events and what have you, and the difficulty that increases according to unit improvements, overall stats and whatnot. So I think obviously in comparison to some of the prior distributed units that were whether it was winner loser type deal between JP or Global, or just free to play units given out in commemoration of a certain celebration, I think it certainly ranks up there. I can't pinpoint exactly what rank it would be, but it certainly does, and that's pretty obvious. I mean, it's just, again, the changing times really is reflected on that sort of setting, I guess. But overall, I think it's a pretty decent unit. It's certainly jam-packed with a lot of different criteria based on the types of scenario you're facing. So obviously, with all being said, this guy will perform the best in a Super Battle Road setting because you're pretty much guaranteed to face 2 or more enemies 90% of the time, right? And then, you can still get some benefit from, times you're only facing only one enemy. But for the purpose of this showcase, I wanted to include the unit, being showcased in a setting where all the passives are active, and linked up with the quote-unquote best linking partner and what have you. So that's pretty much what I wanted to accomplish. So hopefully, this video kind of gives you a better clarity as to how the unit actually performs on a setting in which he shines the most, I guess, right? And that's pretty much, what the purpose of this is for. And I think, honestly, if I had to provide an opinion about this unit, I don't think it's necessary at all to link level this unit. Granted, there's a lot more viable options out there, even from an SBR setting, but I could certainly see the benefit this unit would bring, especially if you're not even worried about no item runs and you simply just want to run through the event. I think some of the newer players that are struggling to build up their deck could certainly benefit from this unit being included potentially, but again, in order to include this unit, you have to, kind of think about the synergetic relationship between all units. But, Team Bardock's obviously a free-to-play unit as well. I can't remember what the criteria was for that, but you know, it's a free-to-play unit, so obviously you can acquire the unit if need be and whatnot. So that's pretty much my takeaway with that. I think the overall skill sets, I think it's fine. I mean, you know, decent buffs from the super attack levels and a lot of jam-packed stuff from the passive skill. Depending on how you build the team, the link sets are pretty good, and you know, decent amount of categories that this unit falls into. So, for, I guess in closing statements, for a commemorative type card given out more or less as a trophy item, right, or collector's item, I think this unit's pretty decent. It's not the best, and it's nowhere near the best, but I think it provides enough value to where, you know, whether you get bored or you actually need the you know, unit to be included on a team, I think it can certainly provide a beneficial value to some degree. But for veteran players that have you know, predominantly all the units, I don't think it's, you know, necessary to go through the link leveling route. But that's pretty much my thoughts on the unit. And we'll go ahead and close out here. So hopefully you found this video enjoyable, informative to some degree. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later. All right, peace out.